Hi, welcome back, y'all. Thank you for joining us at the Charcuterie classroom. And we are here today talking about peppers. So peppers is one of our favorite things that we do at Randazzo's Italian market to put on a charcuterie. It kind of sets us aside from everybody else. Again, the cheese and the meats are that's the backbone of any board, but peppers just really add another level to it. And the colors really pop, the flavors are great. So let's review kind of the peppers that we use and that we like. Again, there's no bad board, it's all a piece of art, but we love peppers. So this one here, they had already stuffed them at work, but these are a peppadew. So the peppadews, sometimes you can find them in jars. I don't recommend getting them already stuffed in the jar because there's liquid inside. And so it really softens it and gets a kind of, almost too creamy in the inside. But this is stuffed with a goat cheese. So sometimes I'll clean it up a little bit before I put it on a board and make sure. I just pipe them in there. They were rushing, so it's not a really good pipe on this one, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you some of these. This is kind of what they look like. At the restaurant we have a pepper trio, so it's our 3 peppers that we really like, and we cut them in half. But for my boards, I normally just keep them together. They're great. They're like, to me, they're like candy with that glass of wine. Absolutely fabulous. Really, really good. Again, you have that creamy and kind of the hard texture on the outside. And if you don't like goat cheese, that's fine. You can do a cream cheese, but goat cheese is really good. And the pepper kind of takes away from the goat cheese, so it's not as strong as what you would think. All right, these are gonna be sweety peps. I like to get them at Sam's because I kind of buy in bulk, but we have different colors. This one is huge. I have no idea why it's that big, but yeah, we'll make it work. But normally Lisa has some orange. We have some great colors here. So what I do for these, I cut them off, cut off the top, cut down the middle, and then I kind of take the seeds out. You don't have to take all the seeds. These don't normally have a lot of seeds, but I don't like that thing in the middle, so I do take that out. And then we stuff it with the cream cheese with everything but bagel seasoning. A lot of times you'll see that just everything but bagel seasoning on top of the cream cheese, but I like to blend it. We whip it in the middle. It gives it the flavor with not overwhelming it. And if you really, really like the everything but bagel seasoning, then you can go ahead and put a little extra on top. So, just like that. You go ahead, if you're gonna put it on top, put it on your cutting board before you actually put it on your tray. So that's just a little bit. I don't like to overwhelm things. So, normally, especially if I'm prepping this for a grazing table, so I would go ahead and cut this in half again. Cutting it into smaller pieces, I think is better because if somebody doesn't like it, they're not wasting it. So if you know it's a group of friends and you're making it for some friends that are coming over, you know they love it, that's their favorite thing, then great, leave it big. But if you're not sure kind of how people are gonna take it, keep it small. If you make it small, it actually works better when you pair it with other items. So if it's smaller, you can easily wrap a little salami around it, so therefore, or prosciutto, therefore you're gonna have that salty with the creamy and sweetness of the pepper. So, we're gonna do a yellow one next. Again, same thing. Again, not a lot of seeds, but I do take out the middle, stuff it. Smaller spoon always works better. They do get messy, so you may have to change your gloves a couple times. I always recommend wearing your gloves when you do this, especially peppers. I mean, you should wear gloves anyways, just to keep things sanitary, but peppers can be very, very messy. Especially like a soft cheese like this, it can get messy. When I do placements on my boards, I try to like alternate the colors. Speaking of messy, I like to keep napkins around me because I get the cheese on my hands and then I'll get it on the outside of the peppers. I just think it looks messy on the outside, so I try not to do that. Just keep a napkin, you can wipe it off. It's fine. Sorry, seeds went flying. Napkins are always better to use than a towel, or use a towel and wipe them with food. Napkins are better, that way when they're dirty you throw them out. You're not mixing your food flavors. So I missed a spot there, easy. Just go back and refill and spread. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this one here, and then I'll finish the other ones later. We'll move on to our next pepper. So far we've had the peppadews, again a sweet pepper, not very spicy. These are a sweety pep. They're not sweet, but they're gonna be crunchy with the softness. They kind of have a sweetness to it, but it's not as sweet as the, hold on, wait a minute here. It's not as sweet as the peppadew. So the next one that we're gonna be working on is gonna be the spicy one. That's called a pepper shooter. We do carry them at the restaurant at Randazzo's Italian Market. We have them in a deli case, and we also have them on the menu. But they are very hard to find, but you could make them as well. They are a cherry pepper stuffed with sharp provolone and topped with prosciutto. Again, I missed the little top part, so we're gonna go ahead, fill it in, spread it, and that's how your hands get dirty. But, okay. And here, you can see, I try to divide my colors, so when I do the grazing table, I have it separated so I can kind of take one of that color, one of the other color, and make it a pretty presentation. Then I like to make sure I pair it with something nice as well. So either like a dip or something around it. But we'll discuss that tomorrow when we start doing the grazing table. Right now we're just doing some preps. So the last one, like I just talked about, that's the cherry pepper. It's the, put this right over here. It's the messy one. So you could make this yourself. We actually get it done. They are hard to find, take a while to come in. Sometimes they're called pepper delights as well. This is it. Sometimes they're big, sometimes they're small, but they are like under an oil, like under a brine, so they do get messy. So I normally leave those to the end, and when I do place them, let me sharpen my knife. These are Pampered Chef knives. I love these. These are my chef knives here. It doesn't need to be sharpened, so I'm gonna use this one. So I cut it in half and then go ahead and cut it in quarter. It's easier if it's spaced down. When I do place this on a board, especially one of my bamboo boards that I use, I make sure I have a barrier. So I put like a lid or something around it to kind of hold the juices in. You don't want everything to taste like a pepper. Peppers are great, they taste well, but not everything. You don't want everything to taste like a pepper. Pepper should taste like a pepper, not everything else. So here we go. We're just gonna kind of place this on the side. Oh, I did mean to tell you earlier, when I start making these other ones, sorry, I go back and forth, but I do put a deli sheet in between. Gloves are always nice to have at your house, and so are deli sheets. Or like a parchment paper is nice, same thing. So that way you can stack them, and they stack better. They're good to keep in the refrigerator. They kind of, before the event, they kind of keep the shape better and hold up better when you go to place them. Especially sometimes when I do these grazing tables, it takes me an hour to 2 hours to make these grazing tables. So you want to make sure, like things are really cold before, because they need to stay out for a little bit while you're prepping it. And then, you know, when people are grazing, they need to stay. So it's nice to kind of prep them and have them in the refrigerator nice and cold before you take them on site to the location that you're going. These I don't normally stack with the parchment paper, so I have 2 different containers here. I try to keep these in plastic. I just think it holds better. The smaller ones hold better quantity of it than the large aluminum pans. So this one's a little bigger one, if you can tell. Here's the sharp provolone and the prosciutto here. This one has a little bit more seeds, so this one's probably gonna be a little spicy. Just depends. Some of them are more spicy than the others. Oh gosh, I really need to sharpen that knife. So sometimes if something falls out, I just take over here, take the prosciutto, and make sure you have one that's fully stuffed. Oops, drop that one. Put it off to the side. All right. But you want to make sure they all kind of have something. Sometimes when you cut them, they may fall out. So we'll just make sure it's all stuffed. Put it right here, and then we're going to be on to the next one. So these are our peppers. Pepper shooter or pepper delight. Again, a little bit more spicy. This one is our sweety pep stuffed with cream cheese, a little bit more mild. And this is like a nice goat cheese, has like a nice little punch to it, the goat cheese, but sweetie. It's a sweet, sweet pepper. It's great. That one's like candy to me, pairs nice with a great white wine. Thank y'all for visiting me today. Hope you like it, and share and like. Thanks.